Today, Freedom Watch and Larry Klayman are filing our class action lawsuit against the government of China and its officials over the release from a Chinese bioweapons facility of the coronavirus known as COVID-19. It's clear that those that are responsible for the great harm caused to Americans must pay for that damage. There is no reason why the American taxpayer, you and me, have to pay for it. Just like in the Gulf War, when President Trump said, and I'm talking about the Iraq Gulf War, that Iraq should have to pay for it with its oil proceeds, the Chinese should have to do the same. Now, it may have been accidental, but bioweapons are illegal under the Geneva Conventions and other international conventions. They are, in effect, a terrorist weapon. There is no immunity from suit for developing those weapons and then the accidental release. And I think it was accidental because obviously many people in China have been killed as well. But nevertheless, the Chinese have to pay for this. Their economy is big enough that they can afford it. And that is why we're bringing this lawsuit. And I want you to go to freedomwatchusa.org. I'm going to have a particular section of that website created today where you can sign up to be considered to be a plaintiff in this case. You can also tell us what your damage is, and virtually everybody's damaged, so everybody is eligible. And I want you to financially support this case. If you can't, get your friends or your colleagues or whoever to support it. It's going to be very expensive because I need to assemble a team of lawyers throughout this country. Some of them will be volunteers. Some of them will have to be paid. But one lawyer can't handle it for potentially hundreds of thousands, if not millions of Americans. Now, the reason why we have to do it is because no one else will do it. We already see what the deep state didn't do. The deep state in the intelligence agencies, the Central Intelligence Agency, the National Security Agency, the FBI, the Director of National Intelligence, they obviously had warning far in advance of what was going on in Wuhan, China. If they didn't, then all of this mass surveillance that they have acquired at our expense is for naught. Now, we know that they probably did, but that's neither here nor there. The fact is that because the president wasn't informed timely and he reacted as fast as he could, we now have a pandemic in this country as well as in the rest of the world. We, the people, must take care of ourselves. We, the people, must do what our government will not do. Our government does not have the guts to confront China. And that's why we must do it in a court of law. I'm asking for a jury trial. Case is going to be filed in the Northern District of Texas. Texas is a relatively conservative place. We need to handle this case. There was a suit filed yesterday by a number of people actually not a number of people, but a law firm in Boca Raton, Florida, my home. And they're related to Joseph Biden. They're doing that for political purposes. It's going to go nowhere, absolutely nowhere. It was so Biden could say through his relatives that he was doing something that was to stick it to the president. We're not doing it for political purposes. We want a jury trial, a jury of your peers, to make the decision to hold China accountable for tens of trillions of dollars for the damage that was caused. And you can bet that if we get to a jury, that's how a jury is going to rule. So go to freedomwatchusa.org. Sign up as a potential class action plaintiff. Tell us what your damage is. Also, contribute financially with tax-deductible contributions. This is going to be very costly. And ask your friends to do that. Ask your colleagues, other members of your family. We need to stand up for ourselves. And it will also make us feel better, too, because we need to do something in a proactive way. We need to fight back. But I have another suggestion for the government. Don't count on them to do it. And I hope the president will listen. And please send this to the White House. You know, he's put tariffs on Chinese products before, but not enough. Now there should be severe tariffs on Chinese products, and use that money to pay to help Americans who don't have health care, who are being thrown out of work, who are being emotionally scarred and have to go to psychologists and psychiatrists of what's going on right now. Help the children. Put those tariffs on and use that to pay the damage. Now, don't expect the government to do that. They don't have the guts to stand up to China, but we, the people, do. The Chinese are good people. They're just like you and me, but their government, in China at least, is evil, and they even persecute them. So consequently, we need to take action into our own hands. We need to do it for ourselves. Go to freedomwatchusa.org, sign up as a possible class action plaintiff, Tell us what your damage is and financially support this cause with tax-deductible contributions. And also, last but not least, share this podcast. You can find it at freedomwatchusa.org, at Spotify, on iTunes, on Facebook, on Twitter. Share it far and wide. It's a call to legal arms, the clarion call. You are Paul Revere now. You must warn the people that not just the redcoats are coming, but the red Chinese are coming. So consequently, do what I ask, do it in the name of your family and your loved ones. God save your family and stay safe, and God save this country. I'll be back tomorrow with another edition of Special Prosecutor with Larry Klayman's special podcast. Thank you for listening.